Hi, how are you doing? Welcome once more to this channel, and in this video we'll be discussing two of the most popular courses offered in TVET institutions in the field of building and construction and civil engineering. And in the future videos, we are going to continue elaborating more on careers in building and construction and civil engineering and architecture. So ensure you subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red button below so that you do not miss on my future videos. If you have also not watched the video where I discuss all courses in building and construction, civil engineering and architecture, watch it on the link shown here or in my video description here. Now, without much further delay, let us go through the two courses, that is Diploma in Civil Engineering and Diploma in Building and Constructions, and we see, depending on your performance in KCSE, which one will be the most suitable for you. Here I have the NEC Career Guidance Handbook, because the two courses that we have mentioned about, the examining body is Kenya National Examination Council. As we can see here, both Diploma in Building and Construction and Diploma in Civil Engineering, they both have an entry requirement of C- and above in your KCSE, and both of them will take a total of 3 years. And Diploma in Building will lead you to a career in the building industry, or you can also employ yourself by becoming a contractor in the building sector. But for the civil engineers, the employment opportunities go beyond constructions of houses, because it involves design and construction of various structures such as road, railways, dam, airport, seaports, tunnels, etc. NEC also offers a diploma in architecture, but we'll discuss this one in a future video. There are more courses in the same sector that are offered in NEC, but this one we're also going to consider them in our future videos. You can also watch a video where I've discussed all the courses offered by NEC in a video that I'll provide the link in the video description below. So let us now go through the syllabus of Diploma in Building. And from the first year of study, that is Module 1, we can see the students are supposed to take courses like communication skills, life skills, and information communication and technology, entrepreneurship. Engineering students usually think these subjects are not relevant to their field of study. They usually tend to take communication skills, life skills, information communication and technology, and entrepreneurship lightly, despite the fact that these units have been put there in the syllabus to give them the soft skills that they require in the job market. That is to make them more marketable and more entrepreneurial the moment they finish their studies. There is also Engineering Mathematics 1 that will give the student foundation in handling more technical units. There is also Physical Science. Physical Science is a combination of physics and chemistry, because they need to understand chemical nature of the sum of the construction materials they will use. And physics will help them in structures, because they require a lot of physics. There is also Construction Materials that equips the trainee with an understanding of the various construction materials and their properties. There is Workshop Technology. This is a mechanical engineering unit that equips the trainees with the ability to use hard tools, equipment, machinery, and various engines that are used in the construction industry. Then there is Technical Drawing, which will assist them in the design of the various structures. There is also Geotechnology 1, which deals with the study of soils and the rock making the earth's surface. They require geotechnology because the building materials and the foundation where various structures will be studying on, of course, is soil and rocks. And then there is Concrete Technology 1 that will equip the training with the knowledge of various materials that are used for making concrete and the various processes that are involved in making concrete. And then there is Construction Plant Equipment. This unit is also more of mechanical engineering, because it equips the trainees with the knowledge and skills for handling the various construction plant machineries, and also being able to select the best construction plant for a specific job. General Building Construction equips the trainee with the knowledge and skills that are required for the actual construction of the building itself. That is right from the foundation to the walls, to the roofs, to the various accessories of the building such as the windows and the door. And then there is a surveying, They will need surveying to be able to set out the foundation and determine the amount of materials that need to be excavated. And finally, for the first year of study, there is structures. Structures mostly involve study of forces that are in action in a building. This helps in understanding the strength and the stability of the building, and also it helps in the design of the various structural members of the entire structure. Now, on finishing the first year of study, the student will do an external examination offered by Kenya National Examination Council, and the various units or the various sub-modules that we have discussed for the first year of study, they are combined in a number of exams. If a trainee fails in one or two papers, he is considered to have been referred in the two papers, and he can continue to the second year of study and then redo the two examinations he or she fails in a later date. If the student fails more than 3 papers, the entire result is a fail, and the student have to repeat the entire of the first year of study. That's why I usually insist it is worth taking the time to gather as much information about the course that you are going to do, so that you do not end up in a course that you struggle with. Especially engineering courses, considering that they have considerable amount of mathematics and physics. In Module 2, the student will do units or sub-modules such as Mathematics, Geotechnology 2, Concrete Technology 2. We have already mentioned the relevance of these courses, but now what we'll be doing is to add more knowledge on these two areas, that is Geotechnology and Concrete Technology 2, because these are core units or they are core areas for somebody who is pursuing a course in building. There is also Workshop Technology 2, which is more of electrical engineering, and this unit will equip the trainee with knowledge of electrical installation. You know, in a building, of course, there will be electrical installation work that required to be done. Even if this work is going to be done by a person who have done diploma or probably a certificate in electrical engineering, the person who is building the house or the actual builder need to understand the various electrical elements or various components of electrical installation work, so that he can be able to take care of them in his design. There is structures too, that deals with the understanding of the various forces, the strengths and the stability of the building. And then there is surveying 2, measurement of building works. This unit equips the trainee with the ability of measurements of various materials that are used in construction, or the measurement of the quantity of materials that need to be excavated. Estimation and costing, this one is more of quantity surveyor's work. It involves estimation of the various materials that are used for the construction and the cost of these materials. And then there is these two units that are meant to equip the trainee with the ability to design, equip the trainee with the design theory, and in combination with the various units he has covered so far, he or she will be able to solve technical problems in the design. There is a construction management 1 that equips the trainee with the ability of management of the project itself. That is to ensure the project is completed in time. And then there is a business plan, and the student will proceed for their first industrial attachment. So the good thing with the diploma courses is that after every end of the academic year, or after every end of the module, the students are supposed to proceed for their industrial attachment. We move on to the third year of study, where most of the units in the third year of study, they are just an extension of the previous units that were covered in the first year of study. General Building and Construction 2, which is a continuation of a previous course. Surveying 3, Structures 3. You can see how much emphasis is put on surveying and structures, because these are core elements in the building. And then there is a Construction Management 2, Estimation and Costing 2. These are also core units. Then finally, there are 2 more units here, which are meant to assist the trainee to put into practice his knowledge on theory of design and other units he has covered into solving practical design problems. Then at the end of the third year of study, the trainee are supposed to proceed for their second industrial attachment. We now move on to Diploma in Civil Engineering. My syllabus here is a scanned copy, so it may not be very clear, but of course I'll be mentioning the various units for you, so you do not have to worry. But for the first year of study, most of the units are similar to what we have seen they are doing in a Diploma in Building. And these units are life skills, information communication and technology, entrepreneurship, mathematics, physical science. These are the core units that are similar for all engineering students, whether it's mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, and so on. After the common courses, there is construction materials, which is similar to the building. There is workshop technology, there is mechanical technology, a mechanical engineer unit. There is workshop technology, a mechanical engineer unit, technical drawing, geotechnology 1, concrete technology 1, construction plant and equipment, and general building construction 1, and surveying and structures 1, which are similar to those who are doing a Diploma in Building Technology. In the second year of study, that is module 2, students that take units such as business plan, mathematics, geotechnology 2, concrete technology 2, workshop technology 2. The workshop technology 2 is an electrical engineering unit that equips the trainee with the ability of the aspect of electrical installation work in a certain structure or a building. And then there is a general building construction 2, which equips the trainee with their knowledge on the actual work involved in the building, that is right from the foundation all the way to the completed structure. Then there is structure 2 and surveying 2, and we can see emphasis is put on structures and surveying for both courses. And then there is measurement of building and civil engineering work. This unit, you have seen it similar to Diploma in Building, but it equips the trainee with the knowledge on measurement of the amount of materials that are required for the actual construction, and also the amount of measurement of the quantity of materials that need to be excavated. I've managed to put this syllabus in a better orientation. These are the units taken in the first year of study. We have mentioned them if you needed to have a better look at them. And then there is a unit taken in the second year of study if you need to have a better look at them, but I've already discussed them. And we continue with the other unit in the second year of study. There is estimation and costing 1, construction management 1. These are similar to the builders or the Diploma in Building Technology. And the unit that makes now this to be more of civil engineering is the water supply, that equips the trainee with the knowledge on area of water supply. And in this unit, they study things like hydraulic, hydrodynamic, hydrostatics, water supply, design of water treatment work, construction of water treatment work. So this unit or sub-module is more of water engineering. Transport engineering 1, that equips the trainee with the knowledge on design of public transport systems, especially the road and railway. Then there is a civil engineering construction and designs, and civil engineering project design portfolio 2. So this unit just similar to those in building technology. They equip the trainee, or they enable the trainee to be able to use the design theory in solving technical or practical design problems. And just similar to what I said for building and technology, the various units in various years of study, or the various sub-modules in the various years of study, they are usually combined into a number of exams. In most of the cases, all the units will be grouped into 6 exams or 6 papers. If a student happens to pass in all the papers, he or she will comfortably move on to the next year of study. But if a trainee fails in either 1 or 2 papers, of which will be a combination of number of units, he can continue to the subsequent year of study, but at some point he or she must receive the examination he failed. But if the trainee ends up failing more than 3 units, then the entire result is considered as a fail, and this trainee have either to repeat the entire year of study or change the course to a more manageable course. Hence the need of doing a bit of research before you embark in a journey to undertake any course. We move on to the unit in the third year of study. There is Engineering Mathematics 3, there is Transportation Engineering 2, General Building Construction 3, Surveying 3, Structures 3, Construction Management 2, Estimation, Costing and Tendering. We have mentioned these courses and we already know by now their relevance. And just as we said previously, these two are geared toward equipping the trainee with the ability to solve practical design problems. And just like Diploma in Building Technology, of course there are 2 attachments after the second year of study and after the third year of study. Although I usually advise students, any moment you get an opportunity to go out to the field, just take advantage of that moment so that by the time you are finishing your study, you have as much practical knowledge as possible. Now let us see the various units that are done by a person who is pursuing a degree in civil engineering. And the entry requirement are as below. Of course, this is for direct admission by Kenya University Placements Authority, that is KUPS. Alternatively, you can join the course with a national higher diploma, of course from the TVET institutions, or if you have a diploma in building and construction or a diploma in water engineering from Kenya Water Institute. This would also be accepted for entry to the course of Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering by Kenyatta University. In the first year of study, you undertake all these units which are similar, some similar to those you have seen in Diploma. In the second year of study, the trainee will undertake all these units. There is mathematics, there is surveying, there is fluid mechanics, which is more of water related. In the third year of study, the student will undertake all these courses. You can pause the video and have a better look at them, but we can see they are units like soil mechanics, which is more of geotechnology that we have seen in diploma courses. There is hydraulic to equip them with knowledge on fluid flow. There is surveying 3, there is theory of structures, there is hydrology, which is more of water engineering. There is hydraulic 2, there is surveying, theory of structures 4. Again, there is a lot of emphasis on structures, surveying and water related courses. In the fourth year of studies, students are supposed to undertake all these courses. Here you have seen transport engineering coming into play. That is traffic engineering. And then there is more of structures. There is structural design 1, and there is theory of structures 4. There are more units on transport engineering and a few more units on water engineering, that is hydrology too. Then in the 5th years of study, there are all these units. Of course, some of them are electives depending on which area you decide to major. If you decide to major in water resources engineering, you have your options here, which are public health engineering 4, water resources engineering 2, and groundwater abstraction and recharge. Ensure you subscribe to the channel so that in a future video I'll give a more detailed description of the diploma course in water engineering, which you'll be also eligible. If you have done a diploma in water engineering, you'll also be eligible to join this degree program in case you did not meet the requirement for getting to this program right from high school. And then those who decide to pursue structural engineering, there is the theory of structures for structural design 4 studio, there is mechanical composite materials, and there is design of bridges. And then those who decide to major in transport engineering, transport and highway engineering, they also have the options. That is the coastal engineering, pavement design, transport and urban and regional planning, urban traffic management, and advanced engineering surveys. So basically, because these are more or less the same for other universities, I think let us stop the video at that point and we'll discuss more in a future video. So if you know a parent who has a child in high school, make sure they get to know this channel so that they can also try to assist their son and daughters right from high school, so that they can take the subject such as physics and mathematics. A lot of students tend to drop physics in their high school and then later they decide to do engineering courses, which leave them struggling a lot. We have seen for civil engineering, it requires a lot of surveys, structures, fluid flow, which are more of physics that they are doing in high school. If you have a question, a comment, or a contribution, you can leave it in my comment down here and I'll be sure to answer any of your questions. Whether it is about civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, or any other science-based course that you may decide to pursue. I believe I have not wasted your time in this video, and certainly not in the next video. So let us meet in the next video, where we'll be elaborating more on courses in the building sector, civil engineering, and architecture.